obviously Arsenal play before you do this weekend, so they have an opportunity to at least ask the question of you. I just wonder, obviously it's impossible to ignore exactly what happens between Arsenal and West Ham, so how does that impact you? Because if they win, it feels like a much more pressurised situation to match their results.
I think the biggest question to be asked is from Man City, because we face a strong team again, like we faced Villa. So Arsenal plays before us, but we know that doesn't make the game easier or more difficult that we have against City. We know we have 12 games to play, and Arsenal has 13 games to play. And if we constantly look at Arsenal or what other teams are doing, that would not help us. So we know already how difficult it is to go to the Etihad. So we don't need Arsenal to get involved in that even more.
Yeah, I mean, it's the last win in the league came in 2015. Obviously, Liverpool have won in the Champions League since then in 2018. So what are you expecting, though, from City? Because they've had a disappointing season. They've had that disappointment in the Champions League and obviously fighting for points to make sure they're in the Champions League next season.
Yeah, what I always expect from City, since Pep is there. A great football team that can play so well. And they've had maybe one or 2 months in the 7 or 8 years he's there now that weren't the best, maybe partly because of injuries as well. Injuries come back, they've signed 3 or 4 players. I can see them coming back already if you look at the result against Newcastle. So what you expect is what everybody expects if you go to the Etihad if you play against City. Yeah, you have to suffer as well. And work really hard to keep them away from your goal, because they are so good in ball possession. But yeah, they face a strong team as well that haven't lost for 22 games now.
Can I just ask about Darwin as well? Because there was so much attention on that one miss last night, how do you deal with that with Darwin himself to make sure that he doesn't suffer too much because of it?
Oh, I can accept every miss, especially from a player that has scored 2 very important goals against Brentford, that scored for us in the home game against Villa. I would prefer him to score, but the word chance says it all. It's a chance, so it's not 100% sure that the ball goes in, and players miss chances. That I can accept. But what was a bit harder for me to accept, that his behavior after that chance, and with behavior I mean, I think it got too much in his head, where he wasn't the usual Darwin that works his ass off and makes sure he helps the team. I think he was too disappointed after him missing that chance, and maybe we will never know, we will never find out. That's why he was just a fraction short the moment afterwards. I always truly believe that it's always the best to have Wata's mindset. And what I mean with that is that for the whole season he doesn't complain, keeps on going, and wherever we need him he's ready. And that is very difficult. There are not many players that can do this. So it's not about the chance for me, it's more about the 20 minutes afterwards where I want to talk to him about than about him missing a chance.
You generally see that mindset from the group as a whole, because as you mentioned, 22 games unbeaten in the Premier League since that defeat to Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, and going 2-1 down against Villa, which was, in my opinion, completely against the run of play. Is that the way you say it here? So I was like, oh, at halftime, I also said to them, I can show you now all the chances you've created. So don't think 2-1 is the result that is logical at the moment. So if you just keep on going, we do it defensively a bit better, we will definitely get our chances again. And that's also what we got. Unfortunately, too many times this season, we've missed maybe too many chances. And what I mean with that is that I don't think we've stolen many points. I've always come back to the Chelsea game where a draw was maybe a more of a fair result, but for every other game I think we got what we deserved, or we deserved more. And that is more of a thing for me than that Arsenal plays on Saturday and we on Sunday.